Welcome to Manufacturing Tech Australia.
We're here with Andrew from Tomra. Andrew, thanks for coming on the show, mate. Welcome to Manufacturing Tech Australia.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what Tomra's doing. I know you guys are sort of famous for your vision processing and all the sorting technologies. Tell us a bit about what you're trying to do.
Absolutely. So yeah, Tomra, 4 divisions. Most people might have seen our branding in the container deposit collection scheme that you'll get your 10 cents back for.
Yeah.
But we have a food division, and our food division covers processing of foods, mainly vegetables, fresh cut vegetables, so lettuce, spinach, rocket, and then potatoes we're very big in most potato plants globally.
Yeah.
So we cover everything from the steam peeling of the potato to the checking of defects on the French fry and on the value add line as well.
Yeah,
and
nice.
then also at the farming. So before we put a potato into storage, we want to sort that potato at high speed.
Yeah.
And then we have the fresh fruit side of the business is all apple, citrus, or stone fruit, cherries, blueberries, and tomatoes.
Yeah. It's come a long way, hasn't it? I remember looking at like potato sorting and other fruit sorting and like basically run down the line and it gets sorted based on its size. And that kind of thing.
Well, it's pretty cool stuff. I mean, you see the fingers ejecting at really high speeds, and it's quite amazing to see what can be done from a processing standpoint in nanoseconds.
Yeah.
But really for us, being an optical sorting company, our development has really been across AI and modelling different commodities across our platforms, whether it be in a bulk sorting situation or in a packing shed, where we want to look at a piece of fruit and make sure that we can see a piece of fruit rotating under a camera, take up to 300 photos of that individual item of fruit, and then of every single item or image that we take, we put that into our AI models and defect every image and give a probability of the detection and the defect, and that data, all that big data goes into the packing shed and it get used to make the business decisions that they need to about what grades they want to sell to, what markets they want to go to. So we're really about trying to get the most out of everything that comes through the processing facility or the packing shed.
So, I mean, that's pretty high-speed processing. Is that what you're doing locally on the edge, or what sort of element is in the cloud? What's locally on the edge and on site?
Good question. We try to stay local because a lot of our customers have some sensitivity around their data, but our models will be global data.
Okay.
So we do collect and work with partner companies over seasons, build up the models, and then we would send that model to our customers, and they have access to our global model.
Cool.
That will have data from Europe, from Americas, from Asia, Australia and New Zealand, depending on the commodity. And then we can also train based on a localized version. So you can have a global model and a local model, but we keep it on their own network. We don't put their data back up into the server.
Yeah, cool. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And I know, I mean, vision processing is going like leaps and bounds. The stuff NVIDIA are doing around digital twins and simulations and that kind of thing. Yeah. How is that all impacting what you guys are doing?
Well, it is. Yeah, absolutely. So if you look at a lane grader, for instance, in a packing shed, per lane we have a computer, and every one of those computers, so you may have a 10-lane packing shed, and every one of those lanes needs one of these high spec NVIDIA GPUs. So as NVIDIA keeps making more and more processing in their graphics PCs, we need to keep up with that technology and ensure that we could process an image as quickly as the fruit can come through the pack house.
Yeah. So it's analysing, you're finding defects, you're sorting. I guess what's next after this? Is it higher speed? Is it, what are the advances in technology coming?
The trend now is really around data.
Okay.
So within a processing facility, it's all about yield and efficiency. Within a packing shed, it's all around improving labour or increasing productivity and efficiency within your packing. And then the next stage for us, once the AI has enabled, we can get more information. How do we utilise that information and make real-time decisions? So data is really where we're moving towards now, and giving operators and growers and orchards that information so they can have that feedback about what came in and what went out. And then,
it makes a lot of sense,
It does.
Better for decision making, helps them plan for next year, all that kind of thing.
Well, as best you can until the weather changes.
Yeah. And I guess one more thing, we were talking before about all the different applications. You're talking about 10-cent cans and recycling schemes, and you guys are in processing of all those kinds of different
mineralogy,
things.
mining, industrial recycling,
Okay, so they're sort of the main other areas, the recycling and anything, I guess, that needs vision processing type stuff.
So we have ore sorting equipment out at big mine sites across Australia. And then we have industrial recycling centres using our technology. So everything from laser technology, infrared, shortwave infrared, but fundamentally looking through an optic system and using different wavelengths of light.
Yeah, great.
To look at spectral analysis.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. Exciting stuff, hey? Thanks, Andrew, for coming on the show.
No worries. Thank you, Paul.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in to Manufacturing Tech Australia with Shane and Paul.